You know, back in 1976, America was turning 200 years old. It was a huge deal. Think about it, 2 centuries of history. The whole country was in a party mood, there were fireworks, parades, and everyone was feeling patriotic. The US Mint wanted to do something special for this bicentennial celebration. They couldn't just let this moment pass without marking it, so they decided to create special coins. These wouldn't be your everyday pocket change, they would be a piece of history that everyone could hold in their hand. A reminder of this incredible milestone for the nation. The idea was simple, but brilliant. Let's change the designs of our most common coins for just 1 year. The quarter, the half dollar, and the dollar coin were chosen for this honor. It was a way to get everyone involved in the celebration. Every time you bought a soda or got change back, you had a chance to find one of these special coins. It made history tangible. It wasn't just something in a textbook, it was right there, jingling with your other coins. This was a fantastic way to connect with the past and celebrate the present, making every American a part of the nation's big 200th birthday party. These bicentennial coins were a massive hit. People started checking their change constantly. Kids and adults alike became instant coin collectors, hoping to find a complete set of the new designs. It created a nationwide treasure hunt. The coins were minted with a dual date, 1776 to 1976, to make them stand out. This wasn't just about making money, it was about making memories. The mint knew that these coins would be kept as souvenirs, passed down through families, and cherished for years to come. They were right. Even today these coins pop up and bring a little bit of that 1976 excitement with them. The plan was for these coins to be made from the usual materials. The quarters and dimes were a mix of copper and nickel, what we call clad. The half dollars and dollars also came in a 40% silver version for collectors who wanted something a little more special. This was all public knowledge. Everyone knew what to look for. The mint produced hundreds of millions of these coins, so they weren't rare, but they were special. They represented a moment of national pride, and that's something you can't put a price on. Little did anyone know, a much bigger secret was being minted behind the scenes. Now here's where the story gets really interesting. The US Mint didn't just hire some famous artists to design these new coins, they did something they had never done before. They held a nationwide competition, open to every single American citizen. They wanted the designs to come from the people, for the people. This was a truly democratic way to create a coin celebrating a democracy's 200th birthday. Imagine that, anyone with a good idea and some artistic skill could have their design stamped on millions of coins. The response was overwhelming, with thousands of entries flooding in. For the quarter, the mint wanted a design that captured the spirit of the American Revolution. The front, or obverse, would still feature George Washington, but the back, the reverse, was a blank slate. The winning design came from a man named Jack L. R. He created a powerful image of a colonial drummer boy. You can almost hear the rhythmic beat calling the Minutemen to action. Beside the drummer, a victory torch is held high, surrounded by 13 stars representing the original 13 colonies. It's a design that screams patriotism and resilience, a perfect symbol for the bicentennial. This design was a home run. It was simple enough to be recognized instantly, yet it was filled with deep meaning. The drummer boy represents the youth and courage of the new nation, the ordinary people who fought for freedom. The torch symbolizes the light of liberty that America was meant to shine for the world. Every element was carefully chosen to tell a story. When people saw this coin, they didn't just see a piece of metal. They saw a tribute to the spirit of 1776, a reminder of the sacrifices made to build the country. It was a design everyone could understand and feel proud of. The selection process itself was a big event. A panel of judges had to sort through all the submissions and pick the winners for the quarter, half dollar, and dollar. Jack R's design was chosen for its classic feel and powerful symbolism. It connected the past to the present in a beautiful way. When the winners were announced, it was a huge moment for these amateur artists. They became a part of American history overnight. Their art was now in the pockets and purses of millions of Americans, a permanent part of the nation's numismatic story. And for the quarter, this iconic drummer was just beginning its fascinating journey. So, everyone was happily collecting their copper, nickel, and silver bicentennial coins. The story seemed complete. But here's the twist that makes this a legend in the coin world. Behind closed doors, something extraordinary was happening. A very small number of these bicentennial coins were struck on the wrong planchets, or blank coins. This happens from time to time at the mint. A dime planchet gets mixed in with pennies, for example. But what happened with the bicentennial quarter was on another level. A few of them were accidentally struck on planchets intended for a completely different purpose. These weren't just any old planchets, they were made of gold. At the time, the US Mint was preparing to strike gold coins for a foreign government, or perhaps testing planchets for the future American Gold Eagle program. Somehow, a few of these 90% gold blanks ended up in the press for the bicentennial quarters. Can you imagine the scene? A press operator is running thousands of coins an hour, and mixed in with the silver-colored blanks are a few golden ones. In the chaos of a massive production run, a few of these errors slipped through the cracks and made it out of the mint. No one knows for sure exactly how it happened. Was it a complete accident? Or did a mischievous mint employee intentionally create these rarities? It's a mystery that adds to the coin's allure. What we do know is that these weren't official issues. You couldn't just go to the mint and buy a gold bicentennial quarter. These were mistakes. Beautiful and incredibly valuable mistakes. The existence of these gold quarters wasn't widely known for years. They were like ghosts, whispered about by a few well-connected collectors but unseen by the general public. The discovery of the first one must have been a mind-blowing moment. Imagine looking through a collection and finding a bicentennial quarter that just doesn't look right. It has the familiar drummer boy design, the dual date, but it has the unmistakable color and weight of gold. You'd probably think it was a fake, or plated. But, upon professional examination, the truth is revealed. It's a genuine US Mint product struck on a solid gold planchet. This discovery turned the world of modern coin collecting upside down, and created an instant legend that every collector dreamed of finding. So, how rare are these gold bicentennial quarters? Let me put it this way, they are among the rarest US coins ever made. We're talking about a tiny number of known examples. Some experts believe fewer than a dozen exist, maybe even less than that. Every other bicentennial quarter, the copper, nickel, and silver ones were made by the hundreds of millions. These gold ones, you can count the known survivors on your fingers. This incredible rarity is the #1 reason they are so valuable. In the world of collecting, the fewer there are of something, the more people want it. The appeal for collectors is off the charts. It's the ultimate what-if coin. It combines a famous, beloved design with an unbelievable error story and a precious metal. It's the perfect storm. Owning one is like owning a piece of a secret history. It's a coin that technically shouldn't exist, but it does. For a serious collector of error coins or modern US issues, this is a holy grail. The price tag reflects that. When one of these comes up for auction, we're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's a true centerpiece for any world-class collection. One of the most famous stories involves the family of a former mint official. After the official passed away, his family was looking through his belongings and found one of these gold quarters. He had apparently kept it as a souvenir of his time at the mint. They had no idea what it was until they had it appraised. That's the magic of this coin. More could be sitting in old coin collections or safety deposit boxes, completely forgotten. People might have one and assume it's just a gold-plated novelty, not realizing they are holding a modern treasure worth a small fortune. Even today, in 2026, 50 years after it was made, the legend of the gold bicentennial quarter is stronger than ever. It excites collectors because it proves that incredible discoveries are still possible. It's not just about ancient coins from a sunken ship. It's a modern coin that you could, in theory, still find. It represents the thrill of the hunt, the idea that a life-changing piece of history could be hiding in plain sight. This coin is more than just gold. It's a story of celebration, mystery, and incredible luck. And in my business, a great story is always worth a fortune.